There we go. Hello, goblins and ghouls of the internet. I am Hanya, your Cinephile. Sorry for the, I know it's like last minute thing. I wasn't sure if I wanted to do this or not. I just wanted my time, this coach got kind of freed. I was like, maybe I can just do a small vampire stream. You know, just like for about an hour and a half. And then we can go to our normal stream at our 8:30 at normal time. What's wrong with the other chat? Sorry, I'm trying to look at this real quick, and I think I forgot to fix I think it, oh, there we go. Chat for the I was trying to think of the different word I'm trying to think of. The vertical chat just came up. No, the vertical stream came up. The chat though. And I forgot to unset it from private. Damn it, I think I did. Is there no way to fix that? Stream settings. Yeah, I still want to set on private. So if I make it public, it should pop up. It should pop up. Let me see. Yep, okay, work. Thank you. So it says the chat isn't available though. Do I need to reload that chat? Let me see real quick. It's the one thing about, I've been trying to separate the chat because I know Twitch is weird about that. I haven't fully been able to do it. It still keeps messing up for me for some reason. So now, every time I do the, because I'm trying to separate, not just like for Twitch, because I know they're kind of weird about that, but also trying to separate it for me. So I can just, you know, see when people are talking and who they're talking from. Hello, hi. All right, yeah, so the chat is going now. Let's let me fix it in the docs real quick. Did it fix it? Okay, then I fix itself. Great job for the work. Thank you so much. Okay, let me try to fix this so I can see you better. Yo, great job. Thank you guys so much. Okay, it's weird. The chat isn't popping up on the screen like I wanted to, so I'm just gonna use my phone for the vertical chat. All right, so we're gonna do a little Vampire the Masquerade for like an hour or so, and then I'm gonna meet you guys back up at 8:30 for the rest of Life is Strange. No, not play that one. I'm kind of scared to play that one. I heard that one's kind of bad. Get everything ready. It's kind of rushing to do this. Hello, Cinnamon Dream. That's a nice name. Why don't I hear anything on my... Oh, shit, that's right. I still have the audio running to the TV. Let me bring it back to the headphones. There we go. Now it's working better. Coco, be quiet. Be quiet. That's a good game. I know. I'm having fun with it so far. I haven't. Or which game are you talking about? This one or the Life is Strange one I was just talking about? Fix the audio some. Oh, that's a cute heart. I don't think I saw that emoji before. All right, we're on night 4. Julia. Well, that's her only character, which just makes it a little more simple compared to the first one we played. All right, it was hard. Wait, which one? Which one? This one or the Life is Strange? I leave Dakota's apartment as soon as the sun goes down. Yesterday was fun, but I always feel a little nervous when I spend too much time with her. She never lets me escape from being the center of attention. It's exhausting. At least, the less time I spend with her, the happier she is to see me again. It's a tricky act to balance, though. I am grateful for her presence in my life, but never mind. What's on my list of chores tonight? Yes. Only one thing. Don't show up for the party at the art hole. This one? Okay. Yeah, the first one was kind of tricky, like with all the different characters you have to manage. So far, this one seems more streamlined. Well, this is a rare night when I don't have anything to do. Might as well take a trip around the city and see what's up. And maybe fix myself a little drink while I'm at it. Oh, okay. It'd be cool if we got this option before, so then I could name the stream after the mission we do. So what do you got? A walk in the park. In life, I wasn't especially fond of parks. Now, as one of the kindred, I can finally see the appeal. Past midnight, they become a surprisingly good hunting ground. What other games do I play? I like visual novels, horror games, action games, superhero games, things like that. If we're doing this game, or also doing the Life is Strange, I also want to start either the new Resident Evil, this Yakuza game, or the new Vampire game that just came out. When those three, I want to try to get I want us to at least play 3 games at a time. You too? Oh, that's awesome! That's awesome. Ooh, that's a nasty face. Breaking the habit. I need to break out of this mood. Go somewhere I never visit. See something I tend to avoid. Think, Julia, what is the least you place to go and live a little? Yeah, alright, now let's break the habit. Let's go this way. Oh, I went to the amusement park. Is this the same CG from the Cortez in New York? I think it is. Nothing wrong about reusing assets. What was I thinking? I mean, even the most hopeless introverts yearn for company every now and then, be it the company of someone they knew or know, or a total stranger revealing themselves to be the soulmate they always sought. I feel really called out right now. That's not me at all. You are the only one here. That's fine. Anyone who wants to spend time with us is a good person. You're good people. I know people are busy, so if you want to spend 1 minute here, that makes me happy. Even for someone as neurotic as me, there's something enthralling in the idea of briefly trading your individualism for a place in this crowd. You can just wander around and stare like a peeping Tom hidden in plain sight. If there's anything missing from the shell of my previous social life, it's that intangible sensation being a part of a living mass. But really, Coney Island, of all places. What was I thinking? Surely is my id finally revealing what I've been missing all along. All my sick soul really wanted was to nibble on a Williams caramel apple while taking on an overpriced Wonder Wheel ride. Well, I'm here. Might as well try at least one of those tourist traps. Oh, yeah. Oh. Thunderbolt. Spookorama. Wonder Wheel. Ooh. Wonder Wheel. Sounds kinda, yeah. Thunderbolt sounds cool. Sounds like the Marvel team. But I would do a Spookorama. That'd be like the first place I would go to at an amusement park. A goofy-looking rubber cyclops hanging over the entrance to the haunted house has a somewhat cheap but inviting appearance. I pay for the ticket in hopes of seeing more of this sort of kitsch. How do you pronounce that? Kitsch. I don't stick around until the end and storm out through the emergency exit. Aw, come on, at least finish the ride. You don't know if you're gonna like it unless you do it to the end. Jesus. I died. Drank a rat's blood once. Lost the ability to use modern technology, and with all in mind, I still consider this to be the worst experience yet. What is that? The okay sign? Not that I expected anything else, but still, I'm not sure what I was hoping for. Amidst the clouds of cigarette smoke, I noticed an old woman perched silently by the wall. She looks like one giant wrinkle, but her gaze is lively and pierces right through me. Hello, hi. I pulled the crumpled package out of my back pocket, my last smoke. As I raised the lighter, some pompous dick, preoccupied with his visibly bored girlfriend, shoves the cigarette out of my hand. Somehow, it's his half-assed apology that pisses me off the most. More people are going here? Oh, you're right, the numbers are going up. Okay, hello. I tried not to look at the numbers. It makes me nervous. You make me nervous, people. The urge to drink him dry is strong, but I let it pass. I look beneath my feet. I can hear the old crone cackling as my cigarette sinks into the only puddle in vicinity. Everyone yes. Listen to the man. He speaks sense. Subscribe and like the video. Give in to peer pressure. Fuck. I turn towards the exit and notice some brawny dude closing in on me. The way he's dressed has the same uncanny aura as Steve Buscemi. The same as Steve Buscemi is 1,000 times cooler than this guy. Steve Buscemi walking through a high school corridor in a skater outfit. That Steve Buscemi is 1,000 times cooler than this guy. Well, hi to Steve Buscemi. Well, how you do, fellow kids? He gets right in my face and hands me a cigarette, pulling up a rather annoying smirk. Having a bad night, sweetheart? I am getting, Uh, what's his name? What's his name? That one awful asshole that, that one killer. I can't remember his name. I'm getting his vibes. Not Dahmer, the other asshole. Leave me alone. It was fine up to it was fine up to this point. Till you came along. He completely disregards my reluctance and starts waving his hands erratically, like a second-hand mime. That's a shame. But hey, you seem like a girl who likes to have fun. I know these things. I have something here, just for you. Want to check it out? Throughout his bizarre peacock dance, his colorful wristband pops up from behind his sleeve. Shit, man. How close can you be? This is a hidden camera show. Is this a hidden camera show? Or maybe you're just some newbie being hazed by the rest of your undercover unit. Fake curiosity, keep ignoring him. Oh, fuck off. No, we're a vampire. No, let's play with our food. He really thinks I'll take the bait. Unbelievable. Oh, smartass, you're on. Well, what do you say? Keep talking. Why won't you follow me to my stash? I've got dope. I got some dope. You got some crack. You got the marijuana. Wow, just wow. Let me stop you right there, Tony Montana. Less than 10 seconds and you rush straight to the finish line. Also, dope? You poor soul. You're out, you're deaf. Who put you up to this? He seems to have struck a nerve, and he doesn't know how to handle it. Come on, big guy. Just give me a reason. Oh, hello. Hi. Hello. Well, fuck you too, bitch. Now that's just rude and begs for a reaction. Just walk away. Ooh, drop your act for everyone to see. But wouldn't it be breaking the masquerade? Wouldn't it be breaking the masquerade? Wouldn't that get us in trouble? Scare everyone. Don't reveal our vampire nature. Just freak them out. Give them a taste of the preternatural. He freezes in place as I gaze into his eyes. I point my finger at the haunted house ride. Go inside. Pretend to be a real monster. The cop quickly waddles through the front entrance of the Spookorama, leaving the ticket seller flabbergasted with his impotence. Huh. Not what I expected, but so nice. A moment later, I see a member of the staff wrestling with the wannabe drug dealer as he's doing his best werewolf impression and tearing off his shirt. Oh, you're putting on a show. That's not really the right place. It's still a family. This is still a family event. Two casually dressed guys sharing similar light blue wristbands jump to the scene, taking out their badges and frantically trying to stop their buddy from biting them. And that's enough to put a smile on my face. Seeing the old crone rolling in the aisles, laughing her heart out at that pig suddenly makes the whole Coney Island trip worthwhile. She applauds me from afar. No one but me seems to notice. Maybe there is something more to this place after all. I casually wave back at the old lady as I take my leave. Guess that's enough human interaction for one night. Once more to Big Beast Burger, and the last fast food joint I'll ever know. I'll have the usual. The beefy burger. As I can never left this place. I think I forgot, did these people change? I don't think they changed. The first time I used this line, I wasn't sure it would work, but I've gained enough notoriety among the staff that it does. The cashier just smiles, nods, and charges me for one black coffee. I forgot, can the vampires in this world actually still eat and drink real things? Or is the coffee just for show? You know, put up to your lips here every now and again, act like you're eating, act like you have a reason to be there. I can imagine them instructing the newbies. See that emo weirdo? Here's how it is. She always orders a single cup of coffee, nothing else. She doesn't even drink it. Okay, yeah, so we can't drink it. We can't drink it. It's just for show. Just for show. Probably wouldn't take a single sip even if I was still alive. This stuff is just trash. But at least being a buying customer gives me an excuse to sit here for as long as I want to. I wish I could use one of those self-order kiosks. Go. Really, little girl? The people outside are not gonna bother you. They don't know you're here. No growl. Not too long ago, I managed to blue screen 10 of them in a row. So technology just hates her and her clan. So kiosks, smartphones, on computers, they just all go haywire when she tries to use them. And that's an interesting curse for her type of vampire. I wonder if, like I guess the last thing, I wonder if she can still go to the movie theater. Like it's a big theater, so like she sits like away from the projector, like it's the because the wall behind the projector, like she sits like in the middle of the row. Would the projector still work? I wouldn't know. That'd be, I'd kill myself. I'd probably walk into the sun if that was like my curse. If I could at least watch a movie, I don't know what I could do for all eternity. Well, the good news is it doesn't look like I have anything to do tonight. The bad news is because every kindred who matters is having fun at the art hole right now. Damn, even as a vampire, you're not invited to the cool kids club. What the cool kids do. It's not like I want to go. Yeah, it's not like I wanted to go. Who cares about that stupid party with all those cool, badass, ancient immortals? I just wanted them to invite me so I could tell them to fuck off. I scanned the entrance to the restaurant through my peripheral vision. Am I naively hoping someone will come and save me from my misery? Guess I am. Please, let somebody come and get me out of here. A prince. A princess. Go. Calm down. Calm down, little girl. You're good. Be a good girl. Be a good... no. You're not giving me a kiss is gonna get you out of trouble. A prince, a princess, a knight in shiny armor, a fairy godmother, a passing huntsman, big bad wolf, Mila Jovovich, Scott. All right, who is out? I'm sorry, guys. Give me 1 second. Who is outside? Who is outside? There's nobody even outside for her to be calling about. There's no one outside. You're just trying to get attention. Should wrap her up in a blanket. I wrap her up in a blanket, she'll probably go sleep in my hands. Now where are we? A prince, a princess, a knight in shiny armor, a fairy godmother, a passing huntsman, big bad wolf, Mila Jovovich, Vin Diesel, Azalea Banks. Hell, I'll take anyone at this point. Ugh, she'd take anyone. They probably wouldn't want to say that. Visualizing, tapping into the power of my subconscious, materializing my dreams. Nope, doesn't work. Looks like you're eternally stuck being a nobody in the corner of a shitty restaurant. Sweet little Julia. And life's a bitch. And then you don't even die. I pretend to read a book about psychoanalysis I stole from Dakota for a while. Having found it too mentally taxing, I switched to pretending to read a Stephen King book, which I also stole from Dakota. After the terrifying realization that it was written in the last 15 years and therefore contains no amusing, drugged-out rants about troubled childhood in Maine, I switched back to looking at the entrance. That is hilarious that some of King's best... I've been reading his modern things, but it's funny that a lot of his best work was when he was a crazed drug fiend. That party must be so stuffy and trashy and boring and cool and exciting, probably a little sexy. At this point, I'm no longer looking for salvation. I'm looking for amusement. But it doesn't come. All I get is boring bozos and normcore clothes. They walk in, take care of their business without doing anything to amuse me, and walk out. A few minutes after, I lose all hope. A tall, elegant man marches in with a spring in his step. He looks around, impatient, irritated. Then he knows the person he was looking for and reacts with visible relief. He gallantly approaches my table, looks at me, and says, "Ecuador!" There you are. Now that's curious. He shouldn't be here. Big Bad Wolf, Vin Diesel. What's up? You here to be my fairy godmother? Will you give me a wonderful dress and drive me to the party? Oh, but it's past midnight already. What would be my magic pumpkin? Or would it be a dead rat in the alleyway? A rotten apple that someone threw across the street? My dumb attempt at self-amusement doesn't faze him at all. He doesn't even roll his eyes, just stares at me blankly. Grab your stuff and get in my car. Now. His tone leaves no room for doubt. Something bad has happened. I want to ask what, but whenever he's in his I will simply ignore all the dumb shit you asked or say mode, I know better than to ask questions. Instead, I silently follow him to the exit. He guides me to his car. I just hope I haven't messed anything up again. I don't think I have, but have I? Guadar's car, as usual, he gave me the back seat. It's always uneasy when the passenger seat is taken. He doesn't want anyone to limit his peripheral vision, he says. Normally, I catch him observing me in the rear view mirror, but this time he's watching the streets, more intense than usual. Something must have caught him off guard. I got my seatbelt on and my popcorn ready. What's up? The awkward silence feels like it will last forever. Eventually, he finds the right words and speaks up. 6 weeks ago, the prince told me to parlay with the anarchs in the docks. Remember? Yeah, and you made me tag along so that I could learn something about politics. As it turned out, politics means something always similar to watching my drunken family shout at each other at a wedding party. That sounds personal. There was this man who didn't need to shout to make my blood boil. The meanest one in the room. Their leader. White hair, a monocle, musty clothes. Callahan! With this fucking Pollock cunt. Callahan? But Callahan's dead. Well, he can die, right? Depending on how you play Cortez in New York. I guess Cortez in New York is only semi-canon. Scrooge McDuck. Yeah, how could I forget? A lot of panic, old-timey bravado, and gendered insults flung my way. What was his name? Something British. Made me think of Hollywood. Callahan. Baron Callahan. Douglas Boss Callahan. Right. It's 2020, but the man's opinions and ideas were struck in 1920. Weren't the Anarchs supposed to be the progressive option? I never understood why they put up with him. He has his way of predicting which way the wind will blow. Anytime Carmelia or the SI hit the Anarchs, is with the faction opposed to him that were hurt. The luckiest bastard in the world. Thought you didn't believe in luck. I don't, but it sure looks like his luck has finally run out tonight. Huh? Oh god, what happened? Wait. Oh, don't tell me he went to the party. We're going to kill him? He's dead? The Anarchs got rid of him? Ooh, did they? An evil grin. Maybe. Maybe not. I don't know the specifics, but I do know he's gone. Okay, so maybe, I guess the ending, how you play the first game does kind of count. Well, something happened to Callahan. We just don't know. I guess it depends on how you want to. I guess that's up to your headcanon. Wow. Gone. As in, he's dead? Deader than dead? The true death? The immortal perish? I'm 99% sure the bastard met his final death. How do you know? We've got trustworthy sources in the Anarch inner circles. It looks like all hell is about to break loose. There's an emergency meeting at the art hole. Yay, the art hole! I get to go to the party. He could just call. I was right. He can't call us. So we can't use phones. Jesus, and you're bringing me with you? Why? Because you are on the way. Because I could. Because I should. You might not be important to the members of the court, but you're still an asset to the sect. Symbolically, at least, I can justify sneaking you into the party, claiming it's for your own protection. My sweet fairy godmother in a luxury carriage. Wait a minute, wait. Though, the party is still happening? Yeah, aren't we arranging like a hunting party, a blood hunt to go get the Anarchs? Or at least make sure Callahan's dead? I called the prince, told her the best course of action is stopping it, and started listing security protocols I have prepared for these sorts of situations. She interrupted me halfway through and told me we will discuss the subject face to face. Doesn't sound like she was interested. The party is that important, huh? Politics is that important. I don't know if he's trying to convince me or himself. And once again, politics sound an awful lot like a bunch of party-loving assholes shouting at each other because they have nothing better to do. Hello, Demi. How you doing? We're doing Vampire the Masquerade, Shadows of New York. Right now we're on our way to the vampire party because we just got invited because the boss faction leader is dead or missing. Don't worry, this isn't the kind of, how should I call it, governing issue the likes of you and I tend to deal with. You're doing well. I'm doing real good. Woke up early, cleaned up the house a little bit. I didn't go for a walk or workout. Might skip that today or do that a little bit later. I wrote a little bit more of my manuscript. I finally passed the 50,000 page, word. So technically it's a novel now, and that's awesome. And just about to write up the final chapter of it. Now I'm gonna let it sit for like a few months, and then I'm gonna give it a reread, shop it around to people, and get their opinion before I do a final edit. So, depending on how my luck goes, I might be a published author, maybe not, in a few months or next year. That's the goal. But right now, I wanted to do this. I wanted to read a little. I'm glad you're doing good. Thank you so much. Yeah, I did want to do this for a little bit. You hope so? I hope so. I have a couple ideas I really want to do. This one is set just for a book, but the other ones other things I do want to create visual novels. I have a lot of visual novel ideas I want to make, and while writing them, well, it's tricky upon itself. I have no art skill, so I'm gonna need to collab a lot. But it'll be a while before anything like that happens. Sounds amazing. Thank you so much. I'll release details when I'm further along on certain projects. Yeah, but I just wanted to do this for a little bit with you guys. Then we can meet back up later at 8:30 for the Life is Strange conclusion. How long? We've been doing this for almost an hour, so let's try to finish just one story part. Shoveling ourselves out of shit. As usual, he seems a little embarrassed for cussing or for being too honest. Either way, it's cute. No argument here. And that's where the conversation ends. You stay silent as the car rides off towards the unknown. I'm not a New York City Baron. The Baron of New York City, if you please. Once more, a memory of an old douchebag who thought he could rule the world crosses my mind. Well, looks like the world has left him behind. Sayonara, asshole. And here I am at the only place I didn't expect to visit tonight, the art hole. Guessing by the sounds, the inside seems lively. Even if they know it's an emergency, they simply don't care. Well, I guess that kind of goes with being a vampire. If you live long enough, you just stop caring about things. What are you standing around for? You still need an invitation? No idea. Do I? I think the bouncer will let you in. There's a bouncer? Why can I have that job? Yes, he's standing right in front of you. Just start walking. Whelp. And here I am among the partying elites. As stuffy and boring as I expected. But hey, at least it's exclusive. The title Panhard came up for these yearly gatherings is called Celebrations of Power, an invitation to re-examine the relationship between our undead bodies and the spaces they inhabit. Sounds about a lot of malarkey. The week-long event is packed as a sort of performance art piece meant to make the kindred who are involved celebrate their potential instead of despairing at their monstrous nature. But a week-long party? Yeah, I guess so. Most vampires don't have jobs, especially if you're the elite or a 2,000-year-old demigod. We need to counter-program the omnipresent image of tragic vampirism with images that remind us we have inherited the earth and are now free to remake it in our image, is the way our prince puts it. Oh, so she's a little gaudy. She thinks that she's above humanity when she was once one. To this end, she organizes a series of exhibits, concerts, fireworks, parties, business meetings, etc., etc. Of course, the parties and business meetings are the most important. Why it sound like she and Lestat might have a good time? My prince. Damn, did they change her sprite again? Damn, she looks cool. That's a cool looking dress. She has feathers on it too. She was like a Greek princess. Like this is actually not even joking. This is like a really cool design for like Hera. Like this is like Hera changed the feathers to peacock feathers. This would be a really cool design for Hera. I'm loving this. I'm actually loving this. I'm actually speechless. I'm blushing. I'm blushing. Kadar, finally. A saint with angelic wings, a holy patron of New York City. I take a good look around. Half of the figures here are dressed like they're attending a mask ball. The other half are religious figures, either demonic or saintly. I have to admit, I don't fully understand the theme here. I know Penhart based it on psychomagic, a sort of shamanic psychotherapy using the power of art. Simply put, it's a holy mass and unholy mass in equal measure. A set of rituals meant to make the participants wholeheartedly accept they are both the worst and best this earth has to offer. No, that's actually not a bad thing. You got to acknowledge the good and the bad. There can be no evil without good and vice versa. Put on this mask. At the very least, you're standing out. Qadir. Here. I heard the aesthetic basics for these parties is the black mask and film eyes. Wide shut. Some think this decision means Penhart is tone deaf, but it's quite the contrary. She knows the anarchs are constantly looking for ways to undermine her through art and rhetoric that point out glaring contradictions in her theoretically benevolent rule. Babe, go. What's wrong? You get up? You get down? You get down. But instead of denying and suppressing aesthetics designed to criticize the elites, she embraces them. Instead of risking a Streisand effect, she effectively defangs opposition. The resistance become a part of the system, and both the Carmelia and the Anarchs get the same message. Don't think of it as a pathology. Think of it as the new normal. I'll quote the key advisors. They've already been told to come here. I don't think there's a need for us to hold the meeting in a particularly secluded place. We'll just do it over there. Are you certain? Absolutely. Wait, is that Miss Swinsky I see behind you? Good evening? I'm afraid so. Just let Kadora talk. Now let's open our smart-ass mouth. I am afraid so. I collected her on my way here because of her role as a Lansombra representative. Just say political hostage. You people have made it perfectly clear what's going to happen with my parents back in Chicago if I go against you. I realized she might become a target and decided to hide her at the yard hole. Putting all my eggs in one basket will make my job easier. I will look for a safe place for her to spend the night. Let her stay with you for now. Asami? Asami? Time is of the essence. I didn't notice him sneak up on us. Nice get up. Are you absolutely sure? But of course, everything we say here is going to become an open secret in a matter of minutes. Prince Panhard has already come up with appropriate messaging. Out of the corner of my eye, I spot an elderly vampire guiding a young, fashionable human girl towards the basement, led like a lamb to the slaughter. Well, looks like the refreshments are here. But it's not to think too deeply about what's going on underneath this place. Before everyone gets here, I like to secure the perimeter. Easy now, Asahim. All the appropriate security protocols for you have already active. Me and the prince have already pulled some strings as well. The situation is mostly under control. Mostly under control. Never let anyone sleep any easier. Asahim, I know that as the prince's sword, you're aching for blood, but you have to accept that, like most weapons known to men, you're most effective hidden in the sheath. Dang, I just told you to mind your own business and get behind the boss. Listen here now. Looks like a fascinating philosophical discussion in the making. But sadly, I am forced to interrupt Prince Panhard. All of a sudden, Samira appears between the two men, her calm and collected voice completely changing the atmosphere, as suspected for a self-professed protector of the peace. Samira, I hope you're enjoying yourself. To be quite honest, I feel out of place. She nods and smiles at me, probably to signal she takes solace in not being the only person in the room who feels like a fish out of water. Especially now, seeing as I heard this meeting is meant for those of greater stature than mine. Nonsense! We have a delicate matter to discuss, one that might require severe judgment down the road. I think you understand why I wish for a child of Hakim to be involved. Of course. What is with that expression on your face, Kadar? He quickly collects himself. Looks who's joining us. The High Regent of the Chantry of the Five Boroughs, Lady Alsing Sturbridge. Walks up to our group in an outfit I would never imagine her in, pretending everything is par for the course. Damn, okay, she looks cool. Has little horns in her hair, that's like a leather jacket. Prince Panhard. That's a good voice for her. What a voice I gave her last time, I forgot now. Prince Panhard, the sheriff, the harpy, the Banu Hakim Primogene. Are we still waiting for someone? He's almost here. shining even more brightly than usual. I'll sing. I adore your outfits, Amira. Wish the prince allowed the same amount of effort for me. I, for one, am glad she didn't. I particularly love those horns. Thank you for reminding me. I put them on as the prince behests, but I believe she had more than enough fun. No, not yet. Ah, well, this will do for now, but you're not off the hook yet. I pay a costly price to see you like this. Both Kadir and the prince's voices are strained whenever they attempt humor. Their minds are obviously elsewhere, and it's not a happy place. Arturo, on the other hand, seems calm. We'll all celebrate our power in different ways, I suppose. Now, what is this about? Just a moment. Over here, Addison. The Camellia's infamous spokesman approaches, pushed towards us in a wheelchair by his servant. Drink real quick. Helenin. 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 Everyone. I certainly hope this is something important. But a commanding tone, seeing as a pain can't communicate normally, his servant relays his words to us instead. He's posh and snobby, enough to make me believe I'm listening to his master's voice. Carter won't be joining us. He gave me fair warning he might not make it tonight. I messaged him the details. We'll have to find time to meet him later. Then, finding time, searching for lost time, I swear is all I do nowadays, and there's never enough. I guess now you understand why I insisted that this event must last all week. So many esteemed guests, many of them from out of town, each diverse in at least a few hours. The figure in the wheelchair waves his hand impatiently. Yes. Let's just cut to the chase now, shall we? That might be the wisest course of action, my prince. Arturo. My prince. Everyone, let me begin by stressing these important points. The situation is largely under control. The negotiations are underway, and the situation is more tense than dangerous. We are safe. Let me repeat. We are safe. And with that out of the way, there's the big news. Baron Callahan, de facto leader of the Anarchs in New York City, met his final death in his office tonight. Oh no, Boss Callahan. Boss Callahan is gone. They're all stun locked. How did you find out? We have a good friend near his office. Their intel is as accurate as it gets. We've also established a negotiation channel with the Anarchs. They gave us all the confirmation we needed. Was our court involved in his destruction? I look at her in disbelief. So does everyone else. Not that the same thought hasn't passed through my head, but to simply explain it like that? Oh, spare me the virtue signaling. I thought we were being transparent here. I don't give a damn if we took care of Callahan or not. I just want to have a clear idea of what I'm dealing with. Yes, a clear answer. I need that too. To my knowledge, none of us present here order his destruction, nor do we participate in it. Unless someone wants to confess it. Now or never. Of course, nobody speaks up. Arturo pretends to clear his throat. That's our official position as well. The Camellia ruling body has nothing to do with it. And for all intents and purposes, his anarch contenders had more interest in removing him than we did. My interest is sure to manifest in one way now. His former enemies will prop him up as a martyr for the cause. Yes, which is why we sadly can't just leave the anarchs to their own devices. As much as we like to avoid recognizing their sect in any way, we offer to assist them in an official investigation. Addison Payne's wrinkled face contorts slightly. Let me just ask you one question. Do you... You do realize those curs have no respect for our traditions, yes? We do, Addison. As a veteran politician, you should be deeply familiar with the words controlled opposition. Yes, for now, it's impossible to fully contain the anarch's threat in New York City. For now, our only option is to prop up a candidate who will offer the least resistance to our future plans for the city. We extend our hand to the most promising contender, giving him a way to present himself as a diplomat, a man of reasonable compromise. The rabble falls in line. The purist grows angry and alienated. We've already contacted the best possible person in their sect. We will receive the investigation in the best interest to show he's able to resolve the situation calmly. Is that good enough? As I ponders the question for a while, then raised his hand again. It is. Proceed. Funny thing, nobody's paying any attention to me right now. Keep in mind, Mr. Payne, our main people will still barely tolerate us, and the situation is volatile. The other factors within that sorry excuse for a sect might still try to escalate the conflict. I forgot to ask, but is your throat doing better? It is, it really is. I think I'm 100%. And there's a little bit, of like iffiness once in like every hour or so, but I haven't really noticed anything today or yesterday. So I want to say I'm 100% better. Still a little stuffy in the nose, but I think that's just the allergies. I don't think I'm still sick with anything. So yes, I want to say I'm 100% better. For that stupid flu virus. I can't remember. The doctor said it may have been COVID and the flu together, but because he came in so late, she wasn't really sure. But yeah, it took me and Mama Honey out for a whole month. I would do my best to solve the situation as fast as possible. Thank you. Yeah, we're doing good now. She's a little so sick, but we both of us have a bunch of issues. But yeah, we're doing a lot better now. How so? Godard is momentarily taken aback by Arturo's question. I volunteered to coordinate the case with the Anarchs, of course. I refuse. You have more important duties to focus on. Once more, Quadir is stunned. All due respect, Prince, but if you don't consider me capable of tackling this issue and attending to my usual duties at the same time, I think you gravely underestimate me. Your penchant for working yourself to the bone is well known and appreciated by everyone in this room, Sheriff, but so is your perfectionism. If we do grant your wish and let you investigate while still fulfilling your routine obligations, can you guarantee you're going to give both the task your best? I can guarantee something very close to my best. Close to your best doesn't cut it, Alcime. Not when the vultures are out in force. Callahan's destruction is sure to cause unrest among the Anarchs, and there's an obvious outlet for their pent-up rage. I want to make this perfectly clear. The celebrations will continue as planned, no matter what. This is why your presence here is absolutely necessary, Sheriff. We rely on your constant. If Kadir can't do negotiations, I guess he's gonna go to Julia. Is gonna go to us. Of course, my prince. We must be on constant vigil for a few days. Al Sahim's sword must be constantly pointed at the enemies surrounding us. He's speechless. He's pissed. He feels disrespected. The timing of the Baron's destruction is impeccable. The Anarch leader are sure to point at us and claim we're shamelessly celebrating his end. Does anybody believe it's just coincidence? Murders are messy, almost as messy as politics. It's impossible to reliably predict the outcome of any violent action. I think it'd be wise of us to brace a lot of unfortunate coincidences, Alcine. In any case, the rabble can get the impression that their power struggles are great concern to us, but they also can't think we have something to hide, which brings me to my point. We do need a symbolic gesture, one displaying expertly measured in intensifying. I can't talk sometimes. My best bet is a humble diplomat, envoy, a low-level official acting as an investigator of sorts. I implore you, Prince Qadir. He bites his tongue and struggles to collect himself. I rarely see him lose his temper, at least where the Camellia is involved. What's going on? Now, why is he getting put in his place so much? I thought they were mostly cool. I wonder about your suggestion for this role. After all, it's not particularly prestigious, but carries a lot of responsibility. We're still talking about a Camellia representative. Oh, I think it's a very obvious candidate. Both he and Kadar look at me simultaneously. Everyone else in the room does too. Now, no. Now, wait a second. He can't possibly mean Miss Julia. Once again, your full name eludes me at the moment. Am I allowed to speak? Or maybe I should wait for permission before I make up my mind? The sheriff sighs deeply and speaks up. Sawinski. Miss Julia Sawinski. Right. I understand you used to be an investigative journalist before your embrace. That's correct. Among others, the Bon Hakim Primogene insisted that you are worthy of a greater privileges and should be given a chance to prove yourself. Samira measures Artura with suspicion. Yes. Do you still think she's capable? She looks me deep in the eye. I swear she's telepathically trying to tell me, please, don't fuck this up, you dumbass little white girl. Of course. Good. And I'm sure that you, Al Sahim, have no problem with your protege embarking on this mission, save for the pain a mother feels in watching her child leave the nest. Whether I do or don't is not particularly important right now, is it? It absolutely is. Panhar's backing of Arturo momentarily blindsides him. Prince Penhart, if Arturo's plan is reckless, I want you to tell me. I need a simple yes or no answer. Is the girl capable? Now he knows he's left with no choice. I wouldn't entrust her with all the responsibilities that I have if she wasn't. He exchanges a glance with me, but his look is different than Samira's. It's as if he is trying to apologize to me. Here we are then. A recommendation from the Ban Hakim Primogene and the sheriff himself. To tell you the truth, I was just throwing out ideas, but with this backing, I can't doubt that the Night Clan's representative will get the job done. I'm certain each of us feel the same way, Mr. Payne. The atmosphere in the room mostly suggests people are glad they don't have to discuss the topic further. A shrug here, an averted gaze there. It is as you say. I will watch the way she handles the situation with great interest. Well then, Miss Lewinsky, looks like you got your chance for a big break. And nobody asked what I thought about this. And why is it nobody asked me if I agree? Do you really think you're in a position to refuse? I look at him, I look at Arturo, I look at the prince, and I know the answer. I can refuse, sure. The only problem is I will be completely fucked if I do. That was a rhetorical question, like the one Mr. Arturo forgot to ask. I simply believe it would be polite if he pretended to care about my consent. Arturo's eyes narrow. Gwydir attempts to control a sly smirk, making his way up to his lips. I believe the girl is correct. As you said yourself once, Mr. Arturo, it is etiquette that separates us from animals. Fine, then. Do you agree, Miss Lewinsky? Nah, go to hell, you Southern Baptist. I'm not sure why I'm choosing a Southern voice for him. I was just trying to think of a good voice to separate to do practice, and I thought of Russell Etchington from True Blood. Just like, you know what? Let's try a little Southern voice. Of course. Just point me in the right direction and tell me what to do. Excellent. That leaves us with only one more matter, which I hope we can agree on. Prince Penhart singles someone with their hand. Drink. The figure emerges from behind the corner. Oh, Catherine! Good evening. Good evening. Catherine. What a pleasure. Surprise. No, what a pleasant surprise. Nobody informed us you're in town. Addison, looking healthier than ever. And what does Weiss have to do with it? We need an impartial observer who everyone respects. And as it happens, Catherine always knew how to make friends on both sides without angering either. I beg to differ. I'd be grateful if, just for once, you decided against throwing a tantrum about me, High Regent. A painful grimace crossing Alcing's face, but she is quick to interpret that taunt as an invitation to a game she can't possibly win. As long as she can prove herself useful to the proceedings in some way. If half of what I heard about her from Mr. Van der Verden is true, she should be able to. And what did poor Carter say about me this time? Nothing specific. One always has to read between the lines with him. But it was mostly envy. Miss Weiss gracefully agreed to mediate between the Anarch representative and the La Somba representative, ensuring mutual cooperation and mitigating potential conflicts. That felt like a Freudian slip. La Sombra representative, not Carmelia representative, i.e. someone who can be catapulted from the sect without much damage to the ivory tower if they mess up. Is there a meeting set up? Arturo looks at the clock on the other side of the room. In less than an hour. You better hurry then. What the hell? All is happening so fast. If the situation is indeed under control, I will drive her and observe the situation. Out of the question. You got your orders, Sheriff. Attend to those. You fool. The girl needs guidance. Oh, he took off his mask. He's serious. And we need yours. Nobody knows what might happen next. But it's not as if the Anarchs have a lot of love for you, Al-Zahim. You're too efficient in your duties for them to tolerate you. Better spare Miss Winsky having them see you two together. And he's being a prick, but he's right. Do you think my guidance, Julia, would be lacking, Qadar? I never said that. So, do you have any objections to putting her under my care? He lowers his gaze, but seems reassured. None whatsoever. That's all I needed to hear. We'll be going then. Wasting no time as usual, I see. Have you at least tried the aperitifs? Waiting is an old person's game, Hellion. I still feel young. Remember, if there's anything you need help with. Probably not, but I appreciate the thought nevertheless. Have a great night, everyone. I'll catch up with you later, Addison. I certainly hope you do. And so, we leave in a rush. Funny, considering what she told me about being in a hurry yesterday. Okay, we're probably gonna stop soon. Let's see where we're going so far. We're here. She thanks the chauffeur and lets me out of the car into a quiet neighborhood, somewhere in Queens. Seems like you were in a rush. I couldn't stand the crowd. She's honest, probably performatively, so just to get into my good graces. Well, it's working. And why is that? In my experience, gatherings like those always enable a boring pack mentality. All the familiar lies we tell ourselves to justify lusting for more. Repeated ad nauseum. Yesterday you said, what lies are you telling yourself? Her immediately turns colder. You have bigger issues to worry about, sweetheart. Ah, well, at least I know how familiar I can get with her. That I do. Back at the art hall, you said something about guiding me, but I have zero idea what to do. None whatsoever. I had a few necessary agreements to make over the phone before we got here to ensure your pretty little head stays attached to your neck. For now, anyway. I am grateful, but I feel way out of my depth. I need to know what to do. You used to make a living as an investigative journalist. Did you not? Investigate the murder. In TV shows where investigative journalist gets too close to the heart of a political indicatory case, it really goes well. A cat's head on their porch, a bullet to the head. So, are you afraid you might be a pawn in a game you don't understand? That your elders consider you a disposable asset? That a single wrong move might cost you everything you hold dear? That sounds about right. Yeah, everything about there was pretty spot on. Well, by the sound of it, you understand your situation perfectly. Don't belittle me. I need your advice. Be anything you want, but don't be boring, Julia. If I wanted to belittle you, I would have drowned you in a platitudes long ago. Know thyself, believe in your strength, trust no one, act confident, turn the chessboard around and read your opponent's mind. Read Sun Tzu and quote him instantly. Say, do you feel better now? Can I ask you something? Seeing as Mia is still not here? Excuse me. Did the microphone pick that up? Of course. Do you know who killed Baron Callahan? I haven't the slightest idea. Were you emotionally impacted by his death? Not at all. Did you know him? Only passively, I'm afraid. I expected him to perish sooner than that later, so I never bothered to improve our relationship. Why are you helping me? Am I? That remains to be seen. What do you mean? You do not want a painfully honest answer. But I do. She stares me down. Her irreverent tone makes it impossible to guess what she's feeling, even more so than the mask. When I look at you, I see someone pitiful, someone who's hungry, someone whose hunger is purely biological, just an animalistic rush. When I saw a burgeoning plan to put you in a situation that is way beyond your capabilities, I offered my help. I was curious to see your true colors reveal themselves firsthand. When everything is said and done and Callahan's killer is pointed out, will you be a whimpering animal or a victor taking the spoils? I cannot wait to find out. I don't know what to say. Is she provoking me, or... Mia should be here any second. You have time for one more question? How your face? What makes you important? Who's Mia? She shakes her head, half disappointed, half amused. Really? How boring. Look behind you. There is your answer. Yeah, probably a boring thing to say, but... Well, she just wears a mask. It looks kind of hot. A woman around my age emerges from around the corner of the street. Ah, it's Mia. I remember her. Yeah. I never met her before, but if I had to describe her in 2 words, her aura alone, I guess those words would be permanently angry, even more so than your average anarch. You must be Catherine Weiss. And you must be Mia Morgan. Pleasure to make your acquaintance. The pleasure's mutual. This your girl? Julia Zawinski, the Lansombra Primogene, the Lasambra representative. I correct her automatically. At this point, it's a habit. Good. If you were a Primogene, I might have tried to kill you here and now. Is Turok still on the site? Nah, I told him I'd take it from here. By the end of tonight, he needs to look like a natural candidate for the leader of the NYC Anarchs. It's going to take a lot of driving around and negotiations. How did he react to finding Callahan's remains? He hasn't exactly elaborated on his feelings, but I expected he reacted the same way every true believer in the cause did. It's this complicated mess of all the possible feelings under the moon. So he was the first one who's seen the murder site. Oh, so you're calling it a murder site. Does the Ivory Tower know something we don't? It's not the official position, but I expect a lot of them to think it's Turok who stood to benefit the most from Boss's death. And it sounds like he's quick to jump on any new opportunities. You don't know him. Yes, but I would love to meet him and ask him some questions, especially if he was the one who found the body. Well, if you're meeting Turok at all, it won't be tonight. He's too busy. I was assigned to investigate. I won't be able to do it properly if I'm not able to question a key witness. I'll arrange for him to see you this week. This week. Aren't the tensions a little too high for delaying an investigation like this? Well, Turok's work is our best shot at making sure they won't get higher, so boo fucking who, bitch. I'm his right-hand woman, though. You got any questions? Direct them to me. Maybe the two of you should just head to Callahan's office. The discussion here does not seem to be going in the right direction, nor in a particularly interesting one. You're not coming? Turok and you are not the only ones who have their work cut out for them tonight. I trust you can make it from here. And Mia, be easy on her. Slightly different circumstances. I expect the two of you would have ended up on the same side of the barricades. Take care. She heads back to her vehicle. Well, follow me. I'll show you his place. Alright, and that is where we'll end it for now. Alright, guys. Thank you for stopping by for this short little stream. I'm gonna be back in about 4 hours if I don't somehow get delayed again. I'll be back in 4 hours and we'll finish up the Life is Strange prequel. Oh, and if you are here on the YouTube side or if you're on Twitch, go to the YouTube link. I have a poll in the community post about how I should do the Life is Strange side episodes, if I should do those in one stream or 2 streams. If you want to go vote on that, that'd be very, very appreciative. So until a little bit later tonight, I'll see y'all later. I've been Hanyo, your Demon Cinephile. Bye-bye. Ta-ta for now. Oh yeah, check the poll. I need some opinions on that. Please.